Hi, my name's Claudia and I'm from Sacramento, California.
What is a meaningful compliment you've received that stood out to you, and why did it stand out to you?
Like, do you mean when somebody compliments me about my age that I don't look 50? That stands out because I like to take care of my face. Maybe that once they get to know me, they say I'm nicer than what I seem. Maybe I have like an RBF face sometimes, but I think that's just my personality, like how I'm just looking, I'm always more serious, but once people really get to know me, it's different. I'm a little bit more nicer.
Can you share a favorite childhood memory that still brings you joy today?
A good childhood memory might be I think a lot about some of the things I would do with my dad. And like he would take us camping or he wanted to experience different areas. It was important for him for us to see the world. And whether it was like camping or traveling or doing that sort of things, that those were good memories for me. And I think that as an adult, I try to really do that with my kids too, because I want them to see more stuff than just what's here, to look at other areas of the world.
What is a painful experience that you don't mind sharing that you went through that you didn't think you would recover from?
There's a few. Like for me, I think I lost my brother at a really young age. That was really hard. I can't imagine it would be harder than losing a child though, but losing my brother was really hard. Losing my dad unexpectedly was really hard for me. I still cry and it's been like 11 years for me because I didn't get to say goodbye, or it was still kind of we were fighting when he passed away. So for me, that's been really hard for me to still get past that. Like I still have a lot of, remorse about what it was. And even though that we weren't talking, it was only a couple weeks, we still talked all the time. So moments even now that I'm feeling sad sometimes, or even a few weeks ago that I was going through something and I felt really emotional. I felt like I needed my dad.
Who has been most influential in who you are today, outside of a parental figure?
Outside of a parental figure, I would say my kids influence me a lot to do better and to be better. And although they may not see how much they've pushed me to be a better person or to grow, I think my kids have been a big influence. Everything that we do, I base it on how my kids are going to look at me. And I think my husband too, because when we met, we were so young and we were kids that we didn't know what we were doing. So we kind of grew up together. And I think we both have influenced each other to be better, to like where we are today. Because I don't think that we would have imagined where we are now.
What do you think contribute to the success of your marriage and the length that it's been? Because how long have you been married?
Oh my God. We've been together since 98 and we got married in 2000. So this year we'll be coming up on 25 years married and 27 together. What has contributed to the success of it? I think a lot of work, a lot of patience, a lot of communicating, because it has not been an easy road at all. And I think that we have both really tried to work at our relationship and, our story that we have. But I think that we've always been open to communicating and trying to work it out instead of just saying, I'm going to walk away, because it's really easy to say, I'm going to walk away. But I think sometimes when you get past that and realize that there's more to it than just that, I think that, you can have a successful marriage, but it does take a lot of work.
What do you want your legacy to be when you're no longer here?
I think I'm only concerned about what my kids and maybe my grandkids will view me as. For me, families always come first, regardless of our business or what we're doing, is what they will say about me when I'm gone. I want my kids to say, like, my mom did what she could for us. And I want my grandkids to say that same thing about me and Joseph, to say, look at everything. And we do talk about that now. Like sometimes the kids will say, especially Julian, because he's the oldest one, he'll be like, I remember when we had nothing, and look at everything that you guys have created. that this is going to carry on. And I said, I want you guys to remember that. And I want you to continue to build and say, my parents did it, you know, we could do it too, and continue that on so that we could say that we probably were the forefront of having that generational growth or wealth within our family. So like that's important for me.
If you could go back in time and give your younger self, your 20-something-year-old self, I know you said you were married young, some advice, what would that one piece of advice be and why?
One piece of advice that I would give myself, I don't know, that's a hard question because I do think about that a lot, because everything that I did in my life has led me to where I'm at. And although that, I had a kid at 20 and I didn't finish school, I had one more year of school left. I think all of those hardships have led me to where I am today. Maybe I would tell myself to get my college degree or something like that, but I don't really regret anything because I think the hardships have formed me to where I am, you know. Maybe I would have said take more risk earlier in life, or because I was scared sometimes with me and Joseph. I would always be like, "Ooh, that risk is, we could lose everything." But now maybe I would have said do that earlier. And I do tell the kids that. I'm like, take a risk right now that you're in your 20s, because if you lose it all, you can rebuild again. So other than that, I really wouldn't change anything, because I really think that it has formed us to where we are today. And it has driven us more, because all the mistakes we made, I think have landed us here. And we're still making mistakes, but we learn from them.
What does the term raising the bar mean to you?
I think for me, I hear it more as like, don't settle and push yourself to go above that. For me, like in my own life experience, I was a person that would just settle and I would stay there because I was comfortable. Joseph has really taught me to push through that. And I think that's what raising the bar means, is that raise that bar in life, because like my previous answer is, you push yourself to keep going, to don't just settle where you're at. Try going that next level, because you don't know what's going to happen.
If your life were a book, what would the title be and why?
Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. No, I'm just kidding. What would my title be? I just recently got a new tattoo and I put beautifully broken. So if you could see that right there, beautifully broken. And I did it because I think that I'm reminding myself that I've been broken throughout my life. There have been turmoils and struggles that I've gone through, but I remind myself that I'm still beautiful. My life is still beautiful. Everything that I have, even though that I've been broken at times, whether it's physically or mentally, like it's how my life has been, that there's still something to look forward to. And all your life's journeys can still form something really beautiful for you in the end. So
That's
that
good.
would be my answer.